Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. I am Topher, and with me, as usual, is Crazy Chris.
That's Savanya.
What is happening, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about Riot Games and the big, it's still 11% of their whole staff that got laid off. But before we get into all that, check out Geek Public Radio on geekpublicradio.com. There you will find out more about what we do, how we do it, and all of that other fun, happy stuff.
We do it very slowly, very deliberately. We take our time exploring every inch of the internet. We get to know its more intimate parts.
And then we go take a nap.
All right, and then we finish and go nap. And the internet makes us a sandwich and doesn't complain.
But no, if you go check
That's
out,
a lie.
if you go check out geekpublicradio.com, you can see all of the videos that we do and all of the stuff that we talk about.
And
and
that
all of
right
that
there is
stuff.
why we don't make any money. That nonsense. Oh my God, Topher, how the hell are you, man? How was your weekend?
I am not too bad. I've been dealing with stuff, doing things at the house, and working on trying to get some of the stuff in here sorted so we can finally get back on the video.
I know. I can't wait for us to get back on video so people can put a face to these ridiculous voices.
Yeah, I mean, all I have to do is go back through the past stuff and say, like, hopefully they get better cameras.
They can't see me right now, but I just want everybody to know your expectations are like here, right here. I know you can't see me, but I promise it's really high. And I want you to be like down here.
Be
like,
down here.
way down here. Like, just lower your expectations because the voices are way better.
The
But
voices
yeah.
in your head.
Well, they keep on telling me to stay.
Yeah. If we go down that route, he'll be on the video watching us do some review of him or something.
It's probably. He'll probably be.
I mean, he does. He watches, like, everything that's tagged as, like, a reaction to him. Like, he reacts to the reactions to his stuff all of the time.
I don't know. I've got words. I got choice words for Ronnie Radke, but at the same time, I like his music, and I am not close enough to any of the situations involving him to make a particular comment one way, one direction or another. However, I will say, and this is just, I know this is super duper off topic, and I'm sorry, but the lead singer, if you can call him that, of Blood on the Dance Floor, is an absolutely trash, garbage human being. And the fact that somebody hasn't taken a flamethrower and melted him and scorched him off the face of this planet is an absolute travesty.
Well, see, that's when we need to get people like you and a couple others to come in and do a show about music.
I would love to do a
Like
show about music. I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
That'd be
something
fun.
along that lines.
I could probably wrap Cody into doing it. I think he'd be pretty cool to do that. So, the one that we're going to get to do the music for So that Cody. Excuse me. My goodness. Yeah, I've been working out again, so my chest is all the gunk and stuff from all those years of smoking. I'm finally breaking it all loose and it's getting free.
Yeah, it's called wallering around.
Wallering.
All right,
anyway.
but let's get into this. Riot Games posted like last week on their website a letter addressing this issue, and we have it up right now.
These guys are getting laid off faster than a drunken Carolina coal miner.
Yeah. So today I'm sharing a decision we hope we would never have to make at Riot. We are changing some of the bets we've made, shifting how we we work across the company to create focus and move us towards a more substantial future. This decision means we are eliminating about 530 roles globally, which represents around 11% of our workforce.
That's insane.
The biggest impact to the teams outside of the core development. Sadly means we're going to have to say goodbye to many talented colleagues and friends across all areas of Riot.
I can't see. I hate this, and I understand the reasoning behind some of the stuff that they're doing. I get it.
Didn't Riot Games unionize? Wasn't that one?
Oh, you know what? Riot Games. I'm curious now. Unionization. They were fighting for esports unions. That was a couple of years ago.
But I couldn't remember if it was Riot or Raven or something like that.
Riot Games walk out amid growing interest in unionization by workers. More than 200 workers of Riot Games walked out of the video industry.
I knew that there was something that they
Yeah.
had talked about, like it dealt with unionization or whatever.
No, I don't think they ever joined. I don't think they were actually ever a part. I think there was an effort to. I don't think
To
it ever
try
got
to?
done. Yeah, I don't think it ever got done.
Okay.
Not-
I was
not
gonna
from
say,
what
like,
I'm
it would be
seeing off
kind
the
of
top here.
ironic that that people fight to unionize.
Well, this is insane
And
to me
then
too because
all
they've
of
just
a sudden they go, we don't need 530 of you.
they're
so we'll see ya."
recreating League of Legends, and I think that this is what's strange to me. Like, they're not really, I guess, not really recreating it. They're releasing the new season of League of Legends,
Yeah.
Hall of Legends or something like that. I actually watched the trailer for it, and as always, the trailer's way cooler than the actual game. But,
As always.
yeah. But they, this is Valorant, Legends of Runeterra. And of course, they're huge in the esports market. Like Riot Games has teams upon teams upon teams, and their games are almost universally all represented at
Funny
the esports
enough.
tournaments.
Funny enough, you mentioned.
Well,
esports.
hang on, we'll get to this. But the fact that they're laying off 11% of their workforce, you lay off 5% of your workforce, that's usually a hit that you can recover from. Typically, that's just accounting for overhead,
Right.
lackadaisical production, things like that. I mean, look at Twitter or X, right? Musk takes over and immediately he lays off like 80% of the workforce, and all of a sudden everything works fine.
Yeah, no, like nothing, like the world didn't implode.
Right, and X didn't dissolve and it didn't fall
it's
apart.
gonna
It didn't
give
go
it to
under,
you.
and it's going to be even bigger than it was before, right?
It's totally going to give it to you.
Because X always going to give it to you.
Yeah.
He going to deliver. So whenever you do something like that, you lay off that substantial a workforce. At 5%, you can maybe take that. You could tank that hit, so to speak, since we're talking about games.
Right.
You can tank that hit, but you're talking 11%. That's a ginormous. That's a gigantic
That's
number.
entire divisions, and
Yeah,
like
that's like closing down, or let's say Riot Division. They got Riot Division Canada, Riot Division USA,
Riot
Riot
Games.
Division France, Riot Games, right? Riot Games
I was gonna
France,
say Riot Division
Riot
is
Games
a-
UK.
is a
That's
game.
like shutting down an entire country of workers, or maybe two, because 550, you got about 200 people in an office. So yeah, that's like shutting down two full divisions of a workforce. That's outrageously silly, and these are pay-for-play games. These are literally live service premium games.
Are they all live?
I think Valorant, and I think
Valorant,
League.
yeah, but Valorant's also free to play.
So's League.
Yeah, so they have a lot of free
Yeah.
to play
I don't know.
live service games.
The only thing that I can think of is maybe it's
Of
like
course, I don't play them.
maybe
so
they
I
got
don't
rid of
know how
marketing
many-
teams.
I don't know
You
how
know,
many.
if they didn't get rid of actual producers, developers, engineers, and stuff like that, then maybe not such a big deal. Maybe they just got rid of, like I said, maybe they just got rid of the excess fat. Maybe they just trimmed the fat. These are people that weren't contributing. And I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not saying that if you work at these particular places, your job's not important, because everybody has their role. But I was in the Army, and there's a role for somebody to just sit at a desk and do paperwork.
Okay, so they had Riot
Redundancy.
Forge.
And what?
They're sunsetting Riot Forge
Okay.
as part of this.
Cricket.
Yeah, no, like it's trying to figure out. Like they don't really say in their announcement.
Well, so then how is this going to – that's what I might guess my next question is going to be, is how does this impact their esports teams going forward? Because it can't be good.
Well, no, we got that because they were developing an esports platform.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
It was a Twitch competitor.
Yep.
Or developing it for esports, and layoffs killed that project. Like, it is dead.
Maybe they okay, so maybe large portions of the design team that were responsible for that is who they got rid of. Maybe they looked at it and said, you know what, this is not going to be profitable because you already have Kick.
Yes. Well, I
You
mean,
got Twitch.
Riot stopped development of the REN, which is Riot's Esports Network.
Was it going to be on television? Was it like a televised network?
It was
thing?
one of the various watch platform ideas that was
okay.
testing. Riot president of esports John Needleham told Bloomberg, He had hoped that it would be a Twitch rival, which also just cut 500 people, by the way. But they
Just go back and watch that video,
yeah,
by
they
the way, because
planned
this is not new.
they plan to integrate like League of Legends and Valorant into their actual streaming like esports platform, the whole thing. And from here, it says that Ren's development reportedly stemmed from Riot Games' 2021 acquisition of tech startup Kanga. At the time, Riot said the new acquisition of the Kanga team would focus on developing a digital fandom features and experiences.
Wait, Kanga, that's not the clothing place, is it?
No.
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 You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
no, like with the
yeah, a little kangaroo on it, yeah. Andy Reid always wearing the Kanga caps.
I think that's Kango.
Kango.
Kango. I don't know.
Yeah, see, now I'm like, I don't know. But okay,
I'm not up to my early 90s. I'm not up to date on my early 90s rap clothing.
Listen, I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of things that you can say, but
maybe late 80s. I think that because
Kango was still cool in like the early 2000s.
Because I was like LL Cool J with the jumpsuit and his Kangol hat. And
Kangol. It was Kangol.
Yeah,
That's what it was. It was Kangol.
Whatever.
Maybe. I don't know. Now,
yeah,
see,
we're not the right people to talk about.
That's not true. Like I know my hip hop stuff, but like fashion and stuff like that, I'm like I've never. Dude, I'm jeans and a t-shirt, right? And like my jeans come from everywhere. I get them at the
Adidas,
Gap. I get them at freaking
black and white
Abercrombie
Adidas
and
with
Fitch.
no laces.
I get them at the freaking Old Navy, and then I buy Skechers shoes because they're comfortable. And I've never cared about all the fashion stuff. It's never bothered me.
Old black and white Adidas with no laces.
Oh, yeah. The clamshell shoes.
Well, no, like literally they just leave them open and.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like
that was Run DMC.
That was Run DMC. Yeah, backwards clothing from Crisscross. See,
I have to admit,
we are dating the shit out of ourselves.
No, I have to admit, I was in 8th grade, I think, and I wore the backwards clothing and whatnot. That was.
I believe you, and that's terrifying to me.
Look back on it, and I'm like, yeah, it's stupid.
We were kids. We did stupid stuff, I had the Jinko jeans, right? Okay, so you want to talk about dating ourselves a little bit here. I had the giant Jinko jeans that you could literally fit 3 other human beings in, the legs of, that utilized more fat. Like, they were the zoot suits of the late 90s, like the zoot, or, mid to late 90s. So, it was ridiculous. Just so much denim. You can only wash one pair at a time because it would clog the washer.
All right, so 2024 has not had an auspicious start in the gaming and tech spaces. Riot layoff is one of a string of cuts across nearly 30 game developers and companies.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think this happens almost every single year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, more people get laid off, and they skim down, and
then they bulk back up like in
they haven't
summer.
bulked back up in the last 3 years. This is like this is the thinning of the tech. Yeah, everybody's talking about STEM, science, technology, and all that stuff, and trying to get into whatever. And now it's the thing of, I'm going to go and get a computer degree. I'm going to learn how to do all of this stuff, and it goes the way of.
Well, and this is also part of the problem too with the development of indie game studios. You can see how 6 people with good coding backgrounds and access to software.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 14 people, you can totally do it.
God, we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube. Why would you do that?
Go watch our other videos. You'll find out.
Go watch the name of the episode. Forge getting hate.
Yeah.
Forge is getting hate. Just go watch that video. You'll understand the stupid reference that he just made, which is, it was oh God, it was so stupid. With 14 people in the studio, I mean, you can literally develop, any number of games that can be successful.
No, I mean, especially with everything that's going on.
I mean, look at Power World. Power World's a great example. That's a small studio, Pocket Pair, right? That's a nobody studio. It's an indie developer, and they were like, screw it, we're going to use possibly AI. I don't know. That's a big thing that's going on right now.
Well, they're saying they're been accused of it, but then people, like, literally the only thing that the reason they can point at that is the CEO is a fan of AI.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
they
getting
did a
at.
game that had AI in it. Like,
But that's the
a while
but
ago.
who cares if they're using AI to make the game? Who cares? I get it. They're like, oh, that's stupid. So artists are going to do the thing. No, if you're a small studio and you can't afford it and AI is free, why wouldn't you use the assets that you have
Because
available?
if you don't use it, and if it's not there for people who don't have the budget to use it,
Right.
So they could use it, they're not going to do those projects. You're not going to get paid for that anyway.
Correct.
It's just going to be another thing that isn't out there.
Correct.
They're not going to make the money that they need to. Eventually,
Be able to
we
open
now
up a
have-
bigger studio and actually be able to pay like real legitimate artists.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So with them laying off these people, it actually makes sense that games, like game designer studios like Riot, even Activision, Blizzard, all of
that's
these
another video.
even these people who are doing these things, it makes sense because you have to compete with these now small indie studios that can make whatever game they want.
Right.
And that's the key, is eventually you're going to piss off artists to the point where they're going to stop applying for your awesome thing because you keep shitting all over their ideas because you have to make your freaking Call of Duty games. You have to keep World of Warcraft running, which I get still got a great market for it, but because there's no other MMORPG that's even come close to replacing it. And I mean, New World tried. New World had a lot of promise when it was in its beta, and I'm still really upset that it floundered the way that it did.
Well, it's because people stopped playing.
Well,
That's literally the.
It's because it wasn't different enough. It was not different enough from World of Warcraft.
It was too different, I think.
I think the exact opposite.
Because it had
That and its economy system was so completely broken that
the economy system.
within 2
system,
weeks, people were like, "Oh, cool, we're millionaires. We don't have to play anymore."
Yeah, no, the economy system on any game, on any MMO, is an issue. Like, it took forever for WoW to get their economy squared away. And then you had like gold farmers and all of that stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and RT real money transfers and stuff.
Yeah, but anyways, my point being is when you piss off these people, they're going to leave. They're going to just make their own games, and they're not going to have to worry about some corporate exec in a business suit or a suit and a tie who's going to sell the rights to your property to freaking, some random movie or some random show producer who's then going to bastardize your product, Bungie, and then make a bunch of stupid crap that has nothing to do with the IP because they want I want to be different. And they want to change everything about what you created.
Right.
Like, that's going to be the inevitability of it, and you're seeing that, I think, reflected in these layoffs and stuff. I'm not blaming the people involved with, the ones that got laid off. I'm not blaming them. But you know what? Look at it like almost like a blessing. You get to go do whatever you want. You get to go somewhere else. You get to go to a developer, maybe apply to an indie studio that's going to appreciate your effort. And the things
Right,
that
but you
bring to
also
the
have
table.
to make, rent.
No, I get it.
So,
I get it. Well, most of the layoffs, I'm sure, probably came with a hefty severance. I would
Well, like
imagine.
with these, they said they had a list of things. There was they're offering a minimum 6 months salary for severance, cash bonus.
Yeah, I've seen.
If they joined within the last year and they're being let go. Continue to cover medical and wellness fund. If you have equity in the business because you receive shares, you will still get to keep them.
Cool. I mean, that's actually kind of nice. They're not forcing you to sell your shares. Which
And
is cool.
they're still up with the visa support and all of the other stuff.
Okay,
So,
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So for 6 months, you're still getting paid.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If you space out your checks correctly, or if you space out your settlement correctly,
Well, I mean, if you're getting sick, you have 6 months worth of
worth of
funds,
pay.
then you can take that time and look whatever. Or you can do what some short-sighted people are like, oh, I guess I'll just do what I want to do for 6 months, and then I'm worrying about getting a job then.
Yeah. Well, there's some people that'll do that. I'd take that money and I would find 5 or 6 people that were laid off with me and go, hey, you want to start an indie studio?
We'll do this thing and
Well, let's make a game. And we'll call it Riot just to piss them off. Anyways, yeah, so that's crazy sauce. Good luck to those people. And, Riot Games, I've never been a fan of a lot of their stuff. I
I'm
played
not-
League of Legends a little bit, but not too
play. I don't think I've played a single Riot.
much. I played League of Legends for
I
a while.
installed Valorant, and then the Riot thing had to run constantly as long as Xbox was open, and I was like, I don't want it to run. I'm not playing the game. I'm not doing it. Why are you constantly running?
Yep.
So I deleted the whole damn thing. I never actually played it because it was irritating, and I didn't want it to be running while I was doing other stuff on my computer. So, news to like hint to people who are developing that type of stuff. If you have a client that has to run in the background all of the time, and I can't shut it down without it restarting and yelling at me, I'm not going to play your game. Because I don't want something snooping on me in the background. I don't know what your
Well, if they keep going down the track that they're going down right now, you may not have any other games to play. Might just run out of people to fire. Anyways.
Well, just a bunch of indie developers spring up out of nowhere. All right, on that note, I am Topher.
I'm Crazy Chris.
And we will see you in the next video.
All right, guys. Peace.